Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, let us discuss the very important questions of science, including all the three aspects chemistry, biology, and physics. So, this is the second set of revision. So, in the previous, we have discussed the first set of revision paper. So, this is the second revision set. So, we'll see the questions. So, CH4, C2H6, C3H8, C4H10 are called homologous series. Why? So here they have given a series of organic compounds, a set of organic compounds. They are called homologous series. Why? You have to give reason. We know that homologous series means the organic compounds having same general formula, similar chemical properties, successive members differs with the CH2 group. Okay, so that we call it as homologous series. The organic compounds with the same general formula, similar chemical properties, successive members should differ with the CH2 group. Okay, so that is called homologous series. Here they are given the first member of alkane, second member of alkane, third member of alkane, and fourth member of alkane. So which is the first member? CH4. It is methane. Methane, ethane, propane, butane. Okay. So this is the first set of organic compounds of alkanes. So they all belongs to the same group, that is alkanes. So all the four are alkanes. They have general formula CnH2n plus 2. Means they all the four set of these compounds having same general formula, similar chemical properties, and the successive members differs with CH2 group. Means when you add CH2 for CH4, it becomes C2H6. Again add CH2 for C2H6, it becomes C3H8. Again you add CH2, it becomes C4H10. So the successive members differs with CH2 group. So that's why they are called homologous series, right? So the next question, why is small intestine herbivorous longer than carnivorous? So the small intestine of herbivore is longer than the carnivore. Why? What is the reason? Herbivores feeds on herbs, so which contains cellulose. It is very tough to digest. So that's why when compared to carnivore, carnivore feeds over flesh, that is meat. So meat can be easily digestible. So that's why herbivore animals, they have longer small intestine. So why means the herbs or the cellulose is tough to digest, so that's why they have longer small intestine. Why is small intestine or herbivore longer than the carnivore? Means because it is very difficult to digest cellulose when compared to the meat. So that's why meat can be easily digested. Carnivores have shorter small intestine. As cellulose is tough to digest, herbivores have longer small intestine. Next, why stars twinkle? So why stars twinkle means, as a star is one of the light source, we know the light coming from the stars reaches earth atmosphere and undergoes refraction. So as the light coming from the stars, they reaches the earth's atmosphere and they undergo or they cause refraction. As a result of this, there is a continuous change in the refractive index. So when the light of the stars, when they reaches the earth's atmosphere, they undergo refraction, and the refractive index, they keep changing, so which makes the stars to twinkle. Next, what is the function of bile juice in the digestion of food? So the function of bile juice in the digestion of food, it makes the food alkaline, that comes from the stomach. Then it helps in digestion of fats. So bile juice makes the food alkaline and it helps in digestion of fats. Next, what potential difference must be applied across 10 ohm wire in order that a current of 0.5 ampere flows through it? So here you have to find the potential difference. So what potential difference must be applied across? So the 10 amp. So they have given here the resistivity, resistance, then current. So what you have to calculate? So V you have to calculate. So V, that is voltage. So what is the potential difference? Means the voltage you have to calculate. So you know the equations, right? No. So equations is, what are the equations? The resistivity equations. V is equal to Ri. So V is for voltage. You have to calculate now. R, it is resistance, and I is electric current. So R 10 ohms they have given. Then I is equal to 0.5 amp. See now, V you have to calculate, substitute the value. V is equal to R is 10, I is 0.5. So when you simplify, you will get 5 volts. So it is 5 volts is the difference. Next, give the meaning of power of accommodation of I. How does this help us to see objects at different distance? You have to give the meaning of accommodation of I. So accommodation of I means how the I people they get adjusted. So we'll see when you see the objects. So when you view or when you visualize the objects, the accommodation of I means the adjustment of eyes. I will see the ability of our eye lens to adjust its focal length to see near objects as well as far objects clearly. So that we call it as accommodation of eye. So accommodation of eye means it is an ability of our eye lens. So our eye has a lens that should be get adjusted with the focal length of the object. So which is very near or which is far. So to visualize or to observe or to look over the objects, our eye lens should get adjusted with its focal length. So that ability we call it as power of accommodation of eye. How does this help us to see the objects at different distance? So we'll see. Case 1 means in the first part, when we see near object. So when we are going to view a near object, the ciliary muscles will contract. So the muscles in the eyes, the ciliary muscles, they contract. So when the muscles contract, lens become thick, so that the curvature of the lens increases, focal length decreases. As the curvature increases, focal length decreases. Then our eye can easily see the near objects. Okay, this is the first case. So when you want to see the far objects, how it can be adjusted? When ciliary muscles relax here. So when you are seeing the distant objects, ciliary muscles relax. So when it relaxes, the lens becomes thin. So when lens becomes thin, the curvature of the lens decreases. So as the curvature of the lens decreases, focal length increases. So focal length increases, then you can easily see or you can clearly see the far or the distance objects. Okay, so this is the second case. Next one, we'll go to the next one. State Ohm's law, write the factors on which the resistance of the conductor depends. State Ohm's law, write the factors on which resistance of the conductor depends. So Ohm's law statement, at constant temperature, current flowing through a conductor is proportional to the potential difference across its end. So at constant temperature, current flowing through a conductor is proportional to the potential differences across its end. So the equations, we know that V is equal to IR, R is equal to V by I, then I is equal to V by R. So these are the equations. So the next, resistance of a conductor depends upon. So what factors does the resistance of the conductor depends? So one, the length. Then second one is area of cross section. Then temperature. Then nature of the material. So that is what R is equal to PL by A. So R will be the resistance. Then A, area of cross section. Then P, resistivity of the material. L is the length of the wire. Next, why planets do not twinkle? So the previous part we have discussed why stars twinkle. But here, why planets do not twinkle? So why planets do not twinkle? That is, planets are very close to the earth when they compare to stars. So when you compare stars and planets are very closer. So that planets are point-sized light sources. So the planets are point-sized light sources, and stars, they keep changing their refractive indexes. The total amount of light coming from planet remains constant. This makes us to feel that planets are not twinkling. So in stars, we can see that this twinkle. Why? Because when they reaches the Earth's atmosphere, their refractive index changes. So it seems to be like twinkling. But in case of planet, there remains constant light. So that's why it feels us to not to twinkle. Next, what is reflex action? So what is reflex action? Name the compound and write the function. A quick, sudden and immediate response to stimuli is called reflex action. A quick, sudden responses. So the quick, sudden and immediate response to stimuli is called reflex action. The components are receptors, they receive stimuli, sensory neuron, carry information to spinal cord, controlling center of reflex action, relay neuron, connect sensory neuron to motor neuron. Motor neuron carry information from spinal cord to effectors. Effectors responding to stimulus, they are either muscle or gland. So these are the functions. So reflex action means a quick, sudden, immediate responses to stimuli. The components are receptors, sensory neurons, spinal cord, relay neuron, motor neuron, effectors, and their functions. Okay. Next, the breakdown of pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water and energy takes place in. So breakdown of pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water and energy. So we know that in the previous we have discussed it. How the glucose molecules can be broken. So the pathway of breakdown of glucose. So there we have discussed that pyruvate breaks into carbon dioxide, water and energy, that is by mitochondria. In mitochondria this takes place. Okay. So breakdown of pyruvate into CO2, water and energy, that takes place in mitochondria. Next, what are amphoteric oxides? What are amphoteric oxides? So amphoteric oxides and examples you have to give. The reaction in which metal oxide reacts with both acid and base to form salt and water. Okay, the reaction in which metal oxide reacts with both acid and base to form salt and water is called amphoteric oxides. Example, zinc oxide plus hydrochloric acid, zinc chloride plus water. Again, zinc oxide plus sodium hydroxide, it gives sodium zinc oxide plus water. Then aluminium oxide plus hydrochloric acid, aluminium chloride plus water. The same aluminium oxide with sodium hydroxide, sodium aluminate plus water. Here, the zinc oxide and aluminium oxide, both of them, they are the metal oxides. Zinc oxide and aluminium oxide are the metal oxides. They react with both acid as well as base to form salt and water. So this we call it as amphoteric. Okay. Next, what is rancidity? How to avoid rancidity? The oxidation of fats and oils when exposed to air. So when the food made up of fats and oils, when they keep exposed to the atmospheric condition, so they changes their smell and taste. So that we call it as rancidity. That process is called as rancidity, or you can say simple as oxidation of fats and oils when exposed to air. That process is rancidity. Okay. How can you prevent it? So the methods to avoid rancidity is by keeping oil and food items in airtight containers, using antioxidants, and filling or you can flush it with the nitrogen gas. So these are the methods to prevent oxidation. That means to say rancidity. Okay. Next, give reason. Red light is used in traffic signals. So why red light is used in traffic signals means because red light will scatter least and has more wavelength. So red light will scatter very less and it has more wavelength. So we use red light in traffic signals. Sky appears black or dark for astronauts. Why? So due to the absence of atmosphere. So in absence of atmosphere, sky appears to be dark in color or black in color for astronauts. What is the role of hydrochloric acid in stomach? Next. So what is the role of hydrochloric acid in stomach? HCl or hydrochloric acid. It creates acidic medium for pepsin to act. So hydrochloric acid creates acidic medium for pepsin to act, and it also kills harmful microorganisms. Okay, next. What will be the action of the following substances on litmus paper? So how litmus paper acts over this? We'll see. Dry hydrochloric gas. So dry HCl. So under dry gas, no action takes place. Moist ammonium gas. So moist ammonium gas, it turns red litmus to blue. Then lemon juice or lime juice, it turns blue to red. Soap solution, it turns red to blue. Okay, so we know that if the litmus paper converts red to blue, it is base. Blue to red, it is acid or acidic. Okay, in dry, no changes takes place. Next. Copper is used to make hot water tanks but not steel. Why? So copper is used in hot water tanks. Why we don't use steel? Because copper does not react with cold water, hot water or steam. But iron reacts with steam. So that's why when it reacts with steam, it will get corrode. So why we use copper in hot water tanks means because it does not, copper do not reacts with either cold or hot or steam conditions. But iron, it can react with steam and it can corrode easily. So that's why we use copper instead of steel in making hot water tanks. Next. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride is mixed with aqueous solution of silver nitrate. Identify the type of chemical change, write balanced chemical equation. So here the aqueous solution of sodium chloride, it is mixed with the aqueous solution of silver nitrate. So we will see what is the type of chemical change and with the balanced equation. A white precipitate of silver chloride is formed. So when you mix aqueous sodium chloride with aqueous silver nitrate, a white precipitate of silver chloride is formed. It is a double displacement reaction, or you can say precipitation reaction also. So double displacement reaction or precipitation reaction. So equation is sodium chloride is NaCl plus silver nitrate is AgNO3 gives rise to AgCl, that is AgCl is silver chloride. NaNO3. So NaNO3, it is sodium nitrate. So a white precipitate of silver chloride is formed. Here what kind of reaction is taken place? Double displacement. So two ions they exchange here. So NaCl becomes NaNO3 and AgNO3 becomes AgCl. So the exchange of ions takes place simultaneously. That means to say a double displacement reaction. Next. What is double circulation? Write its advantages. A circulation in which blood flows twice through the heart. So double means two times. So twice the blood should flow through the heart. A circulation in which blood flows twice through the heart is called double circulation. Advantages are it provides efficient supply of oxygen. So by providing efficient supply of oxygen, and it keeps the body temperature constant. So the advantages of double circulation, it provides sufficient oxygen to the heart and even the cells. And in the same way, it maintains the constant body temperature. Next, how digestion of food takes place in stomach. So how digestion of food takes place in stomach? When food enters to stomach, stomach expands. As stomach is a muscular organ, a pouch-like structure, it expands. The gastric glands get activated. So when it receives the food, when the stomach receives the food, it expands. The gastric glands, they activate and they start secreting hydrochloric acid. HCl is hydrochloric acid. So the HCl is secreted in the stomach. And pepsin and mucus. Okay, the glands present in stomach, the gastric gland secretes hydrochloric acid, pepsin and mucus. Now, pepsin acts in acidic medium and help in digestion of proteins. So, pepsin help in digestion of proteins. Then, hydrochloric acid creates a acidic medium and it also kills harmful microorganisms. Next, mucus protects the inner lining of stomach from HCl. So, this is how the digestion in stomach takes place. We'll go with the next question. Why carbon cannot form C4 plus or C4 minus? So while writing carbon, so why it cannot form ions like C4 plus or C4 minus? Because first reason is it cannot form C4 plus because the size of carbon is very small. The valency of electrons are very close to nucleus and hence no electrons will be free. So we know that the valence of carbon. So when you see the carbon having 4 valency. So we call it as tetravalent. Carbon is tetravalent. So you cannot imagine that the carbon is very close to the nucleus. The valence electrons are very close to the nucleus in carbon. No electrons were free. The size of carbon is very small. So that you cannot write like C4 plus. Then C4 minus why you cannot write means because already it has 6 protons. So it cannot hold 10 more protons. So that's why you cannot write C4 minus also. Okay. So plus and minus. So when it gives plus and when it gives minus, you already know that. So by receiving or by accepting the electrons and by donating the electrons. Okay. So they attain the charges like positive and negative. Next question. What is overloading? What are the causes? How to avoid overloading? So we'll see. What is overloading? Overloading means the condition in which current flows more than the required. The condition in which current flows more than the required is overloading. Causes is due to the sudden hike in voltage. So when the voltage hikes, all of a sudden overloading takes place. Connecting too many appliances to the single socket. So when you connect so many appliances at in single socket, then what happens? Overload takes place. By using faulty appliances, even faulty appliances also, so that circuit may cause us overloading. When live wire comes in contact with the neutral wire. So when live comes with the neutral wire contact, then also overloading takes place. How can you avoid the overloading means? Avoiding overloading, it is by connecting too many appliances to a single socket to be avoided. Using faulty appliances, you have to prevent or you have to avoid it by using safety devices such as fuse and earthing or earth wire. So when you use safety devices like fuse or earthing, so that you can prevent overloading. Avoid live wire come in contact with neutral. So that one also you have to avoid. Next question. What are villi? Write its functions. A finger-like projections present in small intestine is called villi. It increases the area of absorption for digestion of food and it makes the digested food to flow into the blood. So most frequently asked question, what are villi and its functions? A finger-like projections present in small intestine is called villi. It increases the area of absorption of digested food. It makes the digested food to flow into the blood. So the next, identify the following parts and their functions. So here a diagram is given 1, 2, 3. Okay. Part 1. It is a cotyledon with plumule and radicle. Okay. So seed diagram is given here. The seed cotyledons with plumule and radicle. Now you have to identify what is part 1. Part 1, the upper part, it is plumule. So plumule forms as a future shoot. Okay, so this part grows as a future shoot. Then second one, radicle. Part 2 is a radicle, means it is a future root. Radical part grows as a future root. plumule part grows as a future shoot. And this third one, that is cotyledon, the two cotyledons. The cotyledon, they store the food for embryo. So when the plant is to be germinated, by that time the new nourishment is provided by the cotyledons. Okay. Next, what is 10% law? At each trophic level, only 10% of energy is transferred. So we know that in the food chain, so every trophic level, so the energy cannot be maintained the same. So the consumed energy will not be transferred the same for each and every trophic, successive trophic levels. So that's why at each trophic level, the 10% of energy is only transferred to the next trophic level. That we call it as 10% law. Means for every successive trophic level, only 10% of energy will be transferred. Next, what are the magnetic field lines? Write the properties of magnetic field lines. The region around the magnet is represented in the form of line called magnetic field lines. So the region around the magnet, it is represented as magnetic field lines, which is formed in a line. Okay. So the region around the magnet is represented in the form of line. We call it as magnetic field lines. And they are in continuous closed loop. The properties is they are in continuous closed loop. They never intersect each other. They emerges from north pole and merges at south pole outside the magnet. So these are the properties of magnetic field lines. So one is they are at continuous closed loop. They never intersect each other. They emerges from north pole and merges at south pole outside the magnet. Okay. So by this, so we have successfully completed the 25 questions of the revision set 2. Okay. So in the next video, we'll discuss the remaining revision sets. So the set 3, set 4, like this we have 16 set of revisions. So with each set contains 25 questions with answer. So we'll discuss in the next video. So till then, thank you.